Hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm Boomy, and today we are watching Aang versus Edward Elric, Avatar versus Full Metal Alchemist, the Death Battle. Yes, I've heard of Death Battle before, but I never really got around to watching it. But this particular video came up on my feed as I was scrolling, and I cannot help but watch it, really. I mean, Avatar is my number one animated show by far, period. Um, I even go as far as considering it an anime. I know it's not. I know it's a cartoon, a Western cartoon, but in my opinion, it's just that damn good. I mean, the world building, the lore itself is just too good. Korra kind of expanded it, but uh, Korra is just one of those shows that everything else but the main characters are interesting. But yeah, regardless though, I digress from the whole core rant. I don't want to go into that rant, but yeah, between the two of them, I obviously know Aang the most. I know Edward Elric, of course. I've seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood a couple of times now, so yeah, I'm kinda aware of their skill sets, give or take. But I guess we'll see what happens here. For me though, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a 20-minute video, right? Let me see. Yeah, so it's a 20-ish minute video, so I'm guessing they're not just gonna go into a fight. They're probably gonna explain their rationale behind these two battling because I can't really see both of them battle at any one point, but I'm excited to see what happens in this video, really. And I'm rooting for Aang. The avatar powers is just very overpowered if you know what you're doing. So yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. So remember, if you like my reactions, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. Hey, if I end up liking this death battle, maybe there's some death battles that you want to suggest, and if I do end up liking this, I might look at their channel for other battles that I'm gonna react to. But yeah, that being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
Have you heard of hymns? They're all about making you look and feel good.
Thanks to science, baldness can be optional because Hims is here to help. 4hims.com is your one-stop solution for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men.
Get started with the complete hair kit for just $5 right now while supplies last and subject to doctor approval. See their website for full details and safety information. This could cost hundreds if you went to another doctor or pharmacy.
So go to 4hims.com/deathbattle. That's FORHIMS.com/deathbattle.
Forhims.com/deathbattle.
Forhims.com/deathbattle. There you go. Alright. This is looking good so far.
Aspect of the world we live in, and no average person can tame them.
But somehow these kids can master them with a vengeance.
Like Aang, the Avatar.
And Edward Elric, the Full Metal Alchemist.
I think I'm getting why these two are battling, because they essentially control the elements. Aang with obviously bending, and Edward Elric with alchemy.
It's an boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Water.
Earth,
Earth.
fire,
Fire.
and air.
Air.
Heart.
Heart.
Once the four nations lived in harmony, and some of their citizens could even learn to bend their nation's element. But only the Avatar could master all four, and it's their duty to protect the balance between these nations.
It's probably gonna come down to how well the Avatar state is used in this battle.
And since there's always gotta be an avatar around, a new one is born whenever the last one dies.
But everything changed when the Fire,
Fire
Nation
Nation
attacked.
attacked.
Attempting to conquer the other three nations, the Avatar would inevitably be their greatest obstacle.
Man, they'd even go after a kid?
Living among the air nomads, Aang was an energetic and dutiful 12 years old when he learned of his destiny. He was the newest incarnation of the Avatar.
But he totally wussed out, ran away from home, and got frozen in ice for 100 years.
Okay, so I wasn't really expecting this much detail, and yeah, it looks like they really went how do you call this? In depth with their research for the background. I'm liking this already.
What the hell? That's not what I'd do if I found out I was an awesome elemental badass. I'd definitely find a way to make money off that.
Mm.
Boomstick, he's 12. But running away actually saved his life, as the Fire Nation knew the next avatar would be an air nomad and slaughtered them all in a horrific surprise attack.
But the poor kid wouldn't be stuck in ice forever. He was eventually rescued by some new friends and began his quest to learn the other elements and save the world.
Ooh, tough.
And as an air nomad, he can really bend the wind to his will.
He can use air bending to create whirlwinds and tornadoes or slice through solid stone.
And he can fly. Whee!
Well, it's not exactly flying, Boomstick. What he actually does is manipulate the air currents to keep aloft. That's why he carries a glider, complete with snacks.
Oh, well, I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Whatever. If it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, it's a duck. Or I guess flying avatar guy.
But ducks actually can fly. Anyway, Aang can use air in pretty much every aspect of his life. Like for shields, increasing his speed, improving agility, adjusting his body temperature, and even focusing his breath to use as an attack.
After he learned waterbending from Paku and Katara, Aang can make whips, knives, and literal tsunamis. Hey, I can do that too. Just give me a pool and watch this cannonball fly. Does that mean I'm a waterbender?
Sure. Waterbenders can also manipulate steam and ice.
I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I watched this show when I was little, I whenever we go to the pool, I started like splashing people and thinking I'm a waterbender. But no, as my name dictates, I am forever an earthbender.
Just like how.
Oh, and a fun fact, by the way, if you don't know, that's actually where I got my nickname. My real nickname is actually Bumi. Aside from Bumi being one of my favorite Avatar characters, it's also how do you call this? A play on words when it comes to my real name.
I, the great waterbender Boomstick the Wet, will use my powers to swim through this frozen block.
You what?
Yep. Waterbending 101. You can be jealous.
Oh wow, I'm just bursting with envy.
Bending powers activate! Ah!
He's just gonna sit there until it melts. Nope.
Ha! Success!
Like airbending, waterbending requires a nearby source of water to use, like a pond or a filled bottle. The same goes for earthbending, which Aang learned from his mentor Toph.
Earthbending is all about throwing rocks at
Best
people
girl.
and a bunch of other cool stuff, like making walls and earthquakes and causing the ground to swallow you up, which is kind of creepy, actually.
Last but certainly not least, Aang learned the art of firebending from his longtime rival, Prince Zuko. Unlike the other arts, firebenders can actually create fire to use at will.
Yep, unlike in the damn movies. I'm really hoping that if ever they push through with the Netflix live action, that they're gonna do well by the lore and not sully the Avatar franchise anymore.
Bending is so goddamn powerful.
Huh.
It's even got the deadliest bending technique of all, shooting
Lightning.
lightning.
Yep.
Well, only the most advanced firebenders can cast lightning, which is usually an instant kill move. While Aang never learned the move itself, he has learned how to redirect it through his body.
But even after learning the 4 elements, Aang got to meet one last master bender.
Who taught him the
Energy
art of manipulating
bending.
a person's life energy, the purest form of bending.
It's super dangerous though, and one mistake could tear up Aang's soul.
And with it, Aang defeated the Fire Lord and brought peace to the world at large.
Well, with that and with his super form,
I mean, I don't know how that move specifically will be useful against Edward since they are both good aligned. So I guess
the
we'll see.
Avatar State.
In the Avatar state, Aang's bending abilities grow immensely powerful. This is because the Avatar state lets Aang draw upon the power and wisdom of all previous Avatar incarnations.
though it is extremely risky, as dying while in the avatar state ends the cycle of reincarnation permanently.
Why would he
Thanks,
care if
Korra.
he's dead anyway? Whatever. The coolest thing about the avatar state is it makes you glow like this. Behold!
How are you doing that?
Oh, I drank a bunch of glow sticks.
You need to go to
No,
the
that's
doctor,
not healthy.
like right now.
My liver's processed way worse than this.
Well, with
Oh.
or without the avatar state, Aang is plenty powerful. He has the
Feats,
ability to move
okay.
gigantic stone columns and even carve canyons around an entire.
Wait, when did that happen? This photo here. Is this from the comics?
City.
Not only has he survived hits from earthbending kings and massive explosions, he threw this gigantic column of rock at the Fire Lord.
To get the column's mass, we compared Aang's height against it and determined.
Oh,
the velocity.
wow. Okay, so we're going like game theory level of pixel measurements here. I'm down for that.
Weigh 9,500 tons,
Aang's super fast too. With airbending, he can run on water.
which, given his size, requires a movement speed of well over 67 miles per hour.
He used airbending to block a giant column-destroying explosive attack from the best
Combustion
named character on
Man.
the show, Combustion Man.
And he's proven he could redirect lightning from the Fire Lord himself. Taking into account the distance between them and how far Aang's arm had to move to catch the lightning, he would have to react at least 155 times faster than sound.
Yep.
He is pretty unused to violence, though. I mean, he's a vegetarian pacifist for crying out loud. But while he may seem like just a kid, Aang still saved the world and led it into a peaceful future. To him, bending is elementary.
If you want to be a bender, you have to let go of fear.
Alchemists of old once tried to turn lead into gold with not great results. But in the country of Amestris, the ancient science of alchemy is actually possible by using the Earth's natural energy to reshape the molecular structure of various objects.
And by drawing a circle thingy.
A transmutation
Transmutation
circle, which most
circle.
alchemists use except for the youthful prodigy, Edward Elric.
Yep.
Oh, what a little badass.
Careful, Boomstick. He's a bit touchy about his size.
Hey, if I lost my mom like he did, I'd get mad at the little stuff too. But Ed and his brother Alphonse figured they could bring her back with alchemy. So they went for it, but things went south real fast. You know how people say they'd give an arm and a leg for something? Well, Ed literally did, and poor Al
Literally.
lost his whole body. Luckily, Ed managed to stick his brother's soul in a suit of armor. But still, yikes.
This horrible experience has forever marked the two brothers. No one is meant to transmute the human soul, and the boys were lucky just to escape with their lives.
But he got something good out of it, like super secret knowledge, including how to do alchemy without a circle thingy. He just has to clap instead. So,
Oh.
worth it?
That's probably gonna be a factor for him. If he can't clap, he probably can't do some alchemy.
With these new abilities, Ed and Alphonse began their quest to restore their bodies.
And with his automail, that will be a very prominent target for Aang.
Specifically, they sought the incredible power of a Philosopher's Stone, believing it to be their only chance.
Unless if he gets
Eventually,
his
Ed
hands on a
came to
Philosopher's
know
Stone.
And thanks to his amazing potential, he was named by the Fuhrer the Fullmetal Alchemist.
What? Adolf Hitler?
Nah, it's just Bradley. He's okay.
Pure
Until
Bradley.
he isn't.
Spoilers! Also, since Ed lost a couple limbs, he got them replaced with automail. Kinda like my leg.
Automail is made from incredibly durable metal, ranging from his original steel one, to a gas-powered one, to his best version consisting of a mix of aluminum and carbon. Apart from being durable metal prosthetics, Ed's automail limbs function just like normal ones. He can even reshape his arm as a weapon.
So he can turn it into swords and saws and stuff, increase its durability by hardening its makeup, or turn it into an umbrella. Ah, truly a limb of many talents.
What?
But at the end
When
of the
was
day,
that?
Ed's true talent lies not in sword fighting or umbrella holding, but the art of alchemy.
He can do all sorts of crazy things with all
Gluttony.
the elements. He can basically make anything he wants, like spears and shields.
So long as he follows the rule
Of equivalent exchange.
Anything created with alchemy must have a source of equal value and cannot be made fundamentally different. For example, lead can be
Man, I just gotta say, I really love the concept of death battle so far. It's basically every anime debate out there. Like the format wise, it's just so good. I don't know why I haven't seen this before.
molded into a statue, but it
I've
cannot
seen
be
like
turned into
versus
wine.
videos, but
Other than that, there are
not
three
really to
things
this
needed
level.
to use alchemy well: comprehension,
Which means you gotta understand what the thing you're using is made of.
destruction,
Breaking stuff down.
and reconstruction.
Putting stuff back together.
Ed is only limited by the materials at hand and his imagination. At his full potential, he can do almost anything. He can purify water, create ammonium gas from ammonium nitrate, repair entire houses, and transform a gun into a trumpet.
Don't you ever try and do that with any of my guns. Anyway, Ed's also learned destruction alchemy, which does exactly what you think it does, make a big ol' kaboom. Ed's used it to destroy stuff like automail, but it can also be used to explode people's heads.
Yep,
So, using
Scar did
destruction
that.
alchemy, Ed should be able to destroy something like this on a molecular level.
Ha! Or you could just do that.
Anyway, with all of his abilities, Ed has done some incredibly impressive things.
Not only has he blocked gunfire from a Gatling gun after it started firing, he's dodged a pistol from nearly point-blank range, and his automail arm even took a bite from a lion-headed chimera.
I
It was
mean,
totally fine.
it is an
Assuming
automail
this
arm,
chimera has
so
a similar bite force to that of a real lion. That means Ed's arm stood up to a force of 1,000 pounds per square inch.
He's created a gigantic cannon and then survived that cannon exploding while he was standing on it. And then he survived being on top of a huge boulder exploding too.
We can measure the boulder's explosion against Ed's size to get an approximate energy output. With a radius of 36 feet, this blast must have been equivalent to over 100 tons of TNT.
How's that for equivalent exchange, bitches? He also survived an explosion that took out most of a 10-story building.
Even
yeah,
apart
this
from
one
being
was
tough,
from
Ed
the
has
last
shown
arc, I think.
considerable strength when using alchemy.
Like when he created a gigantic golem to crush his opponent.
By measuring the size of the stone golem's thumb, comparing it to the size of the average human's thumb, and using that scale to estimate the size of the golem, that gives us an estimated weight of over 3,000 metric tons.
All this
Earthbending.
without any Philosopher's Stone, because it turns out those things are really, really messed up.
Right. Philosopher's Stones are extremely powerful and can be used in many different ways. Kimberly the Crimson Lotus Alchemist, for example, used one to create a massive explosion equal to 157 kilotons of TNT.
Yep.
However, it turns out that these stones are composed of imprisoned human souls. So Ed and Al vowed to avoid them on principle. Although Ed can boost his alchemic power in a similar manner by drawing on his own life force, increasing his potential at the cost of shortening his lifespan. But that's what Ed ultimately had to learn, what it truly means to let something go. And so he found another way to revive Al's body, sacrificing his own power for the sake of family.
Aw, what a nice guy. But all in all, so long as Ed knows what he's trying to transmute, he's an amazing force to be reckoned with.
Now let's go home. Together.
It's man, it's been a while since I last seen the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood one. They said that he sacrificed his power at the end. I can't remember what exactly happened there, but I know that he got Al back. But so by the end there, when he left Wendy after their huge kiss, he was basically powerless then? Is that what they're trying to say there? Or am I missing something?
All right, the combatants are set, and we've
Alright,
found the data
how
for
are
all
we gonna do
possible.
this?
But first, thanks to Blue Apron, I've become a food bender.
By now, you've probably heard of Blue Apron, the leading meal kit delivery service in the US.
Choose your meals each week, get the ingredients delivered to your doorstep, and whip up a meal using the easy-to-follow directions provided.
Again, guys, we're taking the time. If you're new here, we're taking the time to watch this video for free. So at least let's do them the courtesy of letting them go through their sponsors.
It's a great way to get fantastic meals without having to worry about all that tedious prep work cooking at home usually requires.
And if you jump in now, you'll get some delicious summer choices like juicy burgers and tomato salsa.
Personally, this has been a fantastic way to get legitimately good meals into my busy weekly routine.
My favorite part is feeling like a master chef, making creative and delicious meals with my own hands. You guys really need to try it out.
It's pretty nice coming home knowing I'll have a delicious meal I can whip up with ease. To start making delicious, brag-worthy meals at home without the hassle, try Blue Apron.
Check out this week's menu and get $60 off at blueapron.com/battle. That's blueapron.com/battle.
Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Oh, so they have animations. I did not expect that. I thought it would just be like a debate. But sure.
Sorry, Momo. You're just too little.
Where is this bossing say?
Little? Who are you calling a pipsqueak, you stupid hairless kid?
Nobody?
I'll show you!
Let's go, Aang. I'm still rooting for Aang, by the way. That avatar state is just overpowered compared to his abilities. Ooh, that's good.
You know, there are actually a lot of advantages to being short. Like, you'll never hit your head on door frames, and,
I'm still growing!
now I gotcha. Ah! Oh no! I'm sorry!
That was...
A classic misdirection. That's advantage Elric! Ha! Damn it!
Yeah, I really can't see this going any other way. A lot of what Edward can throw out, Aang can bend, so I don't see this going unless if he really uses a Philosopher's Stone. Then again,
How's this for small?
compensating.
What kind of alchemy is that?
Yeah.
Okay, no more clappy magic.
Ooh, nah, yep, there we go.
Uh-oh.
No auto mail.
No, my cabbages!
Oh man, they even got the cabbages guy.
I won't lose you.
That's just dirty. Seismic sense? Yep.
There you are!
Nice try,
What's this?
Smarty!
Oh, he did it the normal way.
Whew. Can't believe that worked.
Still get the avatar state. Yep. Yeah, I think this is GG.
This ends now.
At least I'm taller than you.
That's his takeaway. Yes.
Looks like Ed didn't have a leg to stand on. Or arm, I guess.
Ed may have been more quick-witted and inventive, and he certainly had more combat experience. But Aang's bending abilities were far more versatile and readily available than combat alchemy.
Yeah, it had cool stuff like cannons and gun trumpets, but Aang was fast enough to react to lightning, which is way faster than dodging a measly bullet.
Recall
True.
how Ed survived an explosion that destroyed most of a 10-story building. By examining the size of the building and thus the volume of the conical explosion, this blast must have equaled about 30 kilotons of TNT.
That's cool, but Aang did way more when he carved up a circle around that city in Avatar state.
The force to blast such a huge ravine around the city of Udao was a massive undertaking.
Yeah, I think this specific scene is comic exclusive. I don't remember seeing this in any of the like animated Avatar shows.
The width, length, and depth of the affected area compared
Yeah,
to
it
the
looks
size of
like
the
a
city,
panel.
we found it would take almost 160 kilotons of TNT to pull that off.
More than 5 times greater than Ed's best durability feat. So Aang definitely had the stuff to crush Ed's automail arm and the rest of him.
Granted, Ed could reach this sort of power by sacrificing his life force. Remember Kimbley's explosion, the one empowered by a Philosopher's Stone, a blast worth 157 kilotons of TNT? That's almost identical to Aang's feat, and theoretically, Ed could have been capable of this level of power. Theoretically. However, a Philosopher's Stone uses many souls, while Ed could only draw from his one. Not to mention, drawing from his own life force meant his power-up had a very short and dangerous duration limit compared to the Avatar state, which has no such limit. But even so, Ed's tactics and creativity kept him in the fight, yet the Avatar's speed, power, and versatility was too much for him.
I mean, Aang can pull from the knowledge, skills, and experience from like how many? At least 150 avatars? I think he's the 180 plus, right? Yeah, so at least he has 150 avatars to go and ask wisdom from, plus pull from their skills. I mean, who was it? Kyoshi. Kyoshi alone could do those feats, no problem.
Aang may be a pacifist in canon and would hardly kill anyone, but unleashing his full power is a sight to behold.
Just when Ed thought he had the hang of it, he alchemist the mark.
The winner is Avatar Aang.
Yes.
Thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle.
Alright, that was a good video. That was a happy video for me because my boy Aang won. Yeah. I mean, at least compared to the Fullmetal Alchemist. No, I think there are a couple of people that can probably blitz Aang. Let's see. I'm thinking Bradley. Fuhrer Bradley could probably blitz Aang fast enough to kill him. But then again, the Avatar state is a self-defense mechanism, so it will probably activate at the very last second to help him out. Against Edward, that was just a bad matchup for him, really. Because he's basically doing a more tedious version of bending. And when it comes to that, he is basically fighting a lot more than just one person, if you're counting the experience from the Avatar state. So that was pretty easy to call, at least for me. But yeah, that was a really good video. I'm probably gonna check out other death battle videos and see if there are any interesting matchups for me to watch. But if you do have any specific requests, do let me know. For now, I'll just go ahead and browse, and by the time this video comes out, if I don't get any suggestions, I'll just go ahead and check out what I like. So yeah, that's a good bit for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions and what I should check out next. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!